I hate to break the fishing news after Ramchuck, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
The Oilers might want to mark that down.
Yep. All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network Podcast.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
I would like to know how hard your phone blew up when Nuge got .100 BM.
Oh, it was like I scored 100 points last night.
In a way you did.
Instagram DMs lit up. Twitter DMs lit up. Mentions lit up. Nation Gear Store lit up for the Year of Nuge tea.
Hot take. He's still at 99 in my personal record books.
What are you fucking talking
Can't
about?
get a career high on an empty netter. Come on.
What do you mean? Austin Matthews got a career high in goals in an empty netter last year.
No, I don't. Nope, 99. Still a 99 for me.
I fell asleep at the second intermission, because the game was at midnight, and I woke up literally 3:30 in the morning in front of the TV still going. And I was like, when does the third period start? And the answer was about 5 hours ago, Wanye.
Did you go directly to Twitter to see what had happened?
No, I went to bed.
Oh, because what had happened was
I was like, none of my
Nuge
business.
got 100 points.
Yeah, well, I saw this morning.
Connor looked for him. It was very cute.
It was cute. Hyman rings it off the post to give it some dramatic tension at the end.
Why not?
Just to put a little flair on
Good
it.
guy Zach Hyman darts into the net and grabs that puck.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
3 100-point men on a single roster.
First time since the 90s with the Penguins.
I got a question.
That's crazy.
After the game, I saw a clip on Instagram that the NHL posted of Nuge being in the vest, being interviewed on the bench by Anson Carter, Hank Lundqvist.
Oh, so you're saying TNT has a superior product than what we get?
Not at all. What I'm saying is are they covering like every Oilers game these days? Because
Why wouldn't you?
They had the most nationally televised games out of all the
Yeah, like, because my point was, I see a lot of these interviews after games. I see like people talking to Biz, like, and I'm like, holy smokes! Like we're on national and North American TV a lot, and that's really cool to know that they're getting our games, but they're late.
And what does it cost? Late puck drops.
Yeah,
30 minutes after the posted start time.
Falling asleep in the second intermission and missing.
I couldn't tell from your tweet if you were you're over the start time thing or you're annoyed by the start time
If
thing.
you live in New York, Chicago, Boston, that game is starting at 10:30.
Yeah. I think about all the Oilers fans that live out east or even our friends in Germany that just like they commit to watching this team at ungodly hours.
I live 100 kilometers off the coast of Newfoundland on an unmanned oil rig. And I can tell you, these games, they start late. Is that a sneeze or did you dab?
Both.
It's impressive.
Liam and I are trying to bring back the dab.
Oh, it went away? I'll dab with you boys to the end of time.
Anyways, but honestly, now I feel like it's getting to a point where it's semi-predictable. You see, like, hey, nationally televised game for the Oilers. It was like 7:30 last night. I was sitting at home, and I was like, I could go girlfriend's parents out of town. Gonna go use the hot tub, make sure the basement's not flooded.
Plug the toilet.
It was 7:30, and I was like, I know I have almost a good hour. I'm gonna leave now, go for a quick 30-minute soak, make it home in time for puck drop, and I did.
I did the same thing too. I went 10 to 8. I went to Safeway and get some snacks. Plenty of time.
Yeah.
I don't mind it, but it's going to take a toll in the playoffs. Like 8 o'clock, 8:30 every night.
Well, because then you're also combining it with what, 3, 4, 6, 12 drinks.
You got to rock a pregame nap.
That's what I'm doing.
That's the problem.
Pregame nap.
This is just it's a recipe for hard living.
5 o'clock, 5:30, hour, 45-minute nap. That used to be the key back in the club days. Quick nap before dinner.
It's the modern version of the GTL.
3 a.m. You're going hard because you had that nap. Or at least
yeah.
you've had 45 Red Bulls since.
I just wish they would tell me, if it's going to start late, fine. Just tell me what time the puck drops.
Add 20 minutes.
That's what I do mentally. But then the other day,
it's only 11.
Yeah. The other day against the Kings, it was like 7-8 minutes after the broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
So if I waited 20, I would have missed half.
I come in at the 13-minute mark many a time, and I send an angry email to Gary Bettman, and he never responds.
Well,
Gary at NHL.com.
This is going to be a tough one to focus on, boys, because in front of me, Tyler has fired up the Masters app. He has all of his players that he has on his DraftKings lineups.
Yep.
All of his pools. He's got them logged into his My Group, which means we get to see every shot from them. And I just can't take my eyes off it. I've been watching it all morning. I've had it on my phone all morning, no matter what I've been doing.
I did this for Oilers Nation every day, and once in a while, just bust into a little play-by-play. Give the viewers of Owen every day.
But it's giving me a glimpse into who you're picking. And there's some like Danny Willett. Interesting.
Dirt cheap. I had to fill up my lineup.
Dirt cheap. Mito Pereira couldn't have been too expensive.
No, he was about mid. He was in the 7K range.
I like him.
Yep.
I don't have as many.
I just love the Masters, man. It's such a great week. Like the course is beautiful. It presents
Is
so
it though?
well.
What I've learned on TikTok is it's all fake news.
Painted green.
It
Painted
does
green.
not matter. Don't let that mess
I'm
up a
tired
good
of the
thing.
internet lying to me, Chalmers.
You know what? Do you want?
Yeah. Well,
Do you want to think about how they make Avatar, or do you want to enjoy the blue people?
I don't like Avatar.
Do you want to enjoy the Masters, or do you want to think about?
Every time I see Avatar, I just think of the guy who tattooed himself blue and who drives his truck past my house every once in a while.
It was a bit much.
that guy's got the full wrap, the
Yeah,
old
man.
Chevy,
Yeah.
the full
down.
Avatar wrap. He's
Yeah.
What do you mean he's neck down tatted?
Blue.
Yeah,
No,
blue.
he went blue
Yeah,
man
he is a
group.
blue man
Charles.
essentially.
And like quickly after the movie came out, it wasn't years
Huge
later.
fan.
Oh, well, we all enjoyed Avatar, but we don't have to make ourselves.
How
blue.
much does it cost?
Look at this
One,
guy.
Look at him.
to get your truck wrapped,
To get your
and
skin
two,
wrapped.
to get your skin.
That is commitment to the
That is
game.
unbelievable. Oh, gross.
That's a-
banging with
I
that
didn't need
body?
an asphalt picture.
Well, I
I
thought-
get
I
it.
maybe you
He's
did.
painted.
That's gonna look rough later on. You know.
You know what? He's probably getting chicks from this.
No.
Yes, because he's different.
I gotta look
Oh, I
at this
wish I
guy.
could say what I want to do.
I am.
Google, does he get chicks?
I don't get why you would be
Because I see him
so
every
into
now and
Avatar.
then too, and I don't get it.
There was like a month run where like every 3 days he was driving past my house for some reason. I don't know what he does for work. Maybe
Probably nothing. I'm going to guess be crazy.
Well,
No,
he's
it's
got to
not
do
nice.
something to get that ink
That's
done.
not
That's
nice, Wanye. He's probably a...
I'm sure he's a really nice dude.
Oh, I'm
He
sure
just
he's a
loves
great
Avatar.
fellow.
poor life choices.
He was just sitting there with no skin tattoos one day, saw a movie and went, you know what? These trees shouldn't be chopped down. I'm doing something about it.
Listen, my guy got a profile in Rolling Stone magazine. I did not.
I saw him at the South Edmonton Common Movie Theater before I'd heard of him. So I'm going to the movies. I don't know how long Avatar's been out at this point, but I
He's
know
a
it's
carpenter.
posted. And he walked just like Jesus. And he walked towards me, and I went, does that guy have blue skin? And I turned around, and there's an Avatar car about 80 yards away. And I'm like, if he gets in that Avatar car, that is for sure blue skin.
You were like, I am way too fucking high
I
right now.
faked double backed to go back. Wasn't even near my car, just to kind of try to put the pieces together because there were a lot of questions.
It's a mystery.
He's only got 163 followers on Twitter, though. We need to bump
Oh boy,
It's not working.
can't imagine Avatar gave him any money for any advertising.
that up. Well,
I don't think James Cameron can do much about it, short of getting a cheese grater and coming up here.
hasn't tweeted since October 6, 2020, though. My guy's fallen off.
Yeah.
I wonder what he thought of the new Avatar, The Way of Water.
Imagine how disappointing it would be to be sitting in the theater covered in blue skin with
You
your
hated
van
the
out
movie.
front, and you watch two, and you're like,
Didn't love it. Didn't
you know
love
what?
it.
I liked
great.
one better.
Little long.
Yeah, liked one better. Could you get normal skin tone re-tattooed on top of your blue?
No, you'd have to get all that removed.
Or just
Laser.
find like a new movie that's blue scenery.
Yeah. Or
and then
real-
just re-go over.
just
it.
Start
Silence
really
of the
liking
Lambs it.
specifically the blue M&M.
Yeah, the LA Rams.
You're just a real
Go
big fan.
Rams!
Yeah,
Did you
we're
retrofit your
Waterworld.
Avatar tattoo and Van to be a Rams fan?
Yeah, that's OBJ.
We're having a good time.
He probably has like a friend or a family member who listens to this podcast, so maybe we shouldn't slander him too hard. Again,
follow
I'm
him on
sure he
Twitter.
has a job.
Let's
sure he's
just
a nice
have
guy.
him.
He's a carpenter.
If you know this person, get him to DM Baggedmilk,
I don't want
and
it.
we have one question for him.
Get
and,
him to
the,
DM
and the question is a simple one.
Do you fuck?
It's why.
Is
Are
the
you banging?
penis-
It's just why.
Is
Are
the
you
penis
getting gals?
tattooed blue?
It's just why.
Does the carpet match the drapes in this scenario?
Yeah.
Did you get your Johnson tattooed blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you did, what happened to your nerves? Did they burn off? I can't imagine a Wang tattoo would feel great.
Really? Why not?
He's really tapping into the niche of ladies that are like, I'm really attracted to Avatar men.
Dude, I was
Well,
watching a
he's got to have an
documentary.
OnlyFans at the very least.
Listen to this. I was watching a documentary about British prisons, to pass the time.
That's a normal thing to do, yeah.
So many of these dudes get married, man.
Yeah.
They're in fucking death row. They're never allowed to leave their cell.
To each other, like
They
to other
not to each
inmates?
other. No, to
Oh, like they
weird-
have a wife on the outside.
Yeah, man.
Charles
Chicks write them
Manson got
letters.
married.
They'll
It's
be like,
doable.
I saw you on television. I can fix you. And then lo and behold, these weirdos get married.
Or is it something about money? Like if these guys are like drug lords and shit.
No. The guys I was watching weren't rich. They were psychos. And they were like very high percentage of the people they were talking about had weird marriages. My point being, the Avatar guy is probably getting chicks.
He's probably raking it in on OnlyFans. It's a very niche market. But he could charge a premium for it.
Are there more people tattooed blue? Is he the only one? I gotta think he's the only one.
Well, I mean,
There's no chance he's the only
Maybe
one.
like you get like a 2
What's the chances the only person that would tattoo their body blue after watching Avatar lives in our city?
I mean,
There's somebody in
I'm
Austin,
telling you,
Texas
man.
that definitely
Austin,
did this.
Texas.
Or Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon.
Somewhere there is another person.
I didn't expect this show to take this kind of a turn.
I think he's one of one.
but I'm happy it did.
yeah, I think he's unique.
And play Noel.
I like to believe that he's unique.
Well, that's what happens when the Oilers are just so good. There's nothing to talk about. One gripe
Bitch about our brains. Aren't
One
working.
gripe from the game.
There you go.
That was a really, really good game. Except Kulak, when you have the puck on the boards, get it out.
Yeah, I find the Oilers do that a lot lately. Not the simple play.
That one I was watching, and I'm like, that didn't get out. I'm like, this is gonna end up in the net. Sure shit. 2 seconds later, it's top corner. Troy Terry.
Are they maybe flying too close to the sun then? Getting a little too cocky. Points in 10 straight. A little too cocky.
If you're the
don't know.
dermatologist of the Avatar guy,
I don't think
and he
it matters.
comes in and he's like, I got this psoriasis on my elbow. And you're like, you painted yourself blue, my good man. As your dermatologist, I resign. I resign your case. I can't oversee this circus.
Yeah, you can't.
Or is he like, this is really interesting? I'm a dermatologist. I've never seen this before.
I'm the Avatar
I can
guy's
attest it is
dermatologist.
not very interesting.
If you're a dermatologist,
Period.
what's the effect of
just
having
is-
that much tattoo ink in your blood?
Vest no T. That's just a permanent look he can pull now.
It's a hard look to overcome because if you're like, I feel like dressing up tonight, you're still blue.
Yeah, but I think if he...
Turtleneck and blazer, baby.
Would he go to a Blue Man Group concert and be like, amateurs?
Oh, yeah, no, he'd
Or
have to
he's
have
just like, people think he's part of the group and he goes, no.
I'm like an entirely different thing.
If
That's
he
my
goes
own thing.
turtleneck,
Turtleneck
long
and
sleeve
blazer.
turtleneck with blazer, he can dress up.
It must be a weird thing to constantly have to explain to people. They're like, why are you blue? And you're
Well,
like, have you seen the movie Avatar? That's
No, what is that?
Exactly. It's a movie about blue people like me, except they're 11 feet tall and also Matt Damon turned
I
it down.
do, now that you mention that, I wonder how many people look at him and go, Blue Man Group. I
Yeah.
love the way they bang on pots and
It'd be
shit.
so annoying if people
Yeah.
were doing that.
Yep.
I bet you he didn't think it would take like 14 years for the new Avatars to come out.
Yeah.
Kind of leaves you with that gap where people are like, Avatar, that was a long time ago that shit came out. You're still blue.
Committed to the game.
Yeah, he probably thought there was going to be like
don't
this
even-
run of movies in the next
They
4
said
years.
it was going to be quick, and then James Cameron took forever.
Are you guys fucking with me right now?
What you talking about?
Did you guys come in here before the show and say we're going to try and talk about this for as long as we can, this subject, and we'll see if we can get him to go crazy?
Yeah, we have a pre-podcast meeting.
Can we talk
every
about
time.
this actually? This podcast is not prepped.
No.
But you talked about how he has like a thing in Rolling Stone magazine,
See?
which is neat for a guy.
Right
like
back
Jay.
to
girls,
it.
PS.
And how about the fact that Brad Stepanko is like a TMZ analyst now?
That is also new information.
Yeah, that is.
I'm
yep.
sorry?
Yep.
Brad
Friend of the
Stepanko.
nation.
Yeah.
Well, of course I know
Bearded
who Brad is.
Just went on TMZ.
He's talking to Harvey Levin on the air as like a correspondent.
Yeah, it
like
wasn't
an
like one of
Edmonton
the
correspondent.
adjacent TMZ people. He was talking to Harvey.
The big dog with his water bottle.
About
Where?
what? Like the
Where did you
Murdoch
see
on
this?
On TMZ
TMZ.com, son.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was he talking about?
So basically, long story short, Chalmers, is Brad is a very active commenter on TMZ news articles, and he just posts outlandish shit. He's very funny. So TMZ rewarded him with a little FaceTime.
and they were just like, what did they ask him?
They gave him a list of topics.
Why did you paint yourself or tattoo yourself blue?
Yep.
Yep.
Coolio died from fentanyl?
Oh,
Oh.
look at that. Front page TMZ. Coolio died from fentanyl.
Oh, really? Like today?
No, man. He's been dead for like a month.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what I thought.
Jesus.
Been a most
Coolio
life.
died and it barely even registered.
I've
in your
never
s-
even been on this
your
website,
sports
and I
brain.
wouldn't even know where to start to find this interview with Brad Stepanko.
Yeah, I Googled Brad Stepanko TMZ. Nothing came up.
Well, it's because he's bearded Brad.
Oh, really?
You can't use his government name, man.
Come on now.
Oh,
Good Lord. We got branding to go on
Yeah.
here.
But he was like
He's
dressed.
got beard accessories to sell.
He also tried to get Nation Gear onto TMZ
Which I
Live,
respect.
but they cropped him so tight
Yeah.
that now I told him, like, you just got to put a sticker right on your face.
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Or tattoo yourself like the blue guy. All comes together.
Yeah. There are people out there that have Oilers Nation tattoos.
There are plenty.
Yeah, that's actually wild, hey?
A face tat, though, shows you really love the Oilers.
Yeah, like
Yep.
layered perfectly.
You know how there's always those tattoos that come out before the playoffs? Do you think anybody's going to get an Oilers Stanley Cup 2023 tattoo?
Maybe,
way
and
ahead of you,
I'll
Chalmers.
call them a loser.
I'll say. Not a good idea. Maybe wait till the final buzzer.
Yeah, like you're not gonna. I mean, whatever. People like.
If you're
doing
gonna do
stuff
it, though,
for
go
attention.
full Gucci Mane. I say.
Imagine if the Oilers won the cup, you got a Stanley Cup face tattoo, just a little tiny one by your ear.
Little cup right there,
Yeah,
It's not a bad idea.
like a teardrop.
it'd be gangster. Drake
Super
got a
gangster.
teardrop tattoo. Hey,
he
I was
kills
watching
someone?
his interview with him.
Because he killed XXX
Maybe he
Tentacion.
did.
Allegedly, in my opinion.
Maybe he did.
Drake lawyers, leave me alone.
But he has a face tat. He has a drip. That's bizarre.
What's the story about that, Aubrey?
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it's for the Raptors championship.
If
Maybe.
you went to jail with the Avatar tattoo, you would either be the king of the jail or not the king of the jail.
I
Yeah.
think I know which one
But
you
it's
would be.
device. Maybe he's got an amazing warlord type mentality that would thrive in a penal colony.
You know, a lot of warlords that think, boy, this movie of cartoon people is really a great idea. Is really the best movie I've ever seen.
It's live
This
action.
is the one I
It's not a
connect with
cartoon.
the most.
Yeah, come on, Charles.
Have you seen Avatar, Chalmers?
Yeah, they sync with their braids, don't they?
They wrap their tails around each other to do it.
Yeah, their hair.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
What?
It is not that good.
You haven't seen
I don't
it.
care about any of that shit.
You're like, a guy
No.
tattooed himself blue. I don't have 5 hours to spend watching the movie that made him do it.
I would rather spend 5 hours looking at that guy.
It's amazing he isn't doing more stuff with it. Like going
So you guys are trying to fuck with me.
to
Your
Avatar
options are
conventions.
limited
I'm
after
kind of over
14
it too
years,
now,
you know?
Charles.
I am very much over
There's
it.
an
Can we-
Avatar conference. You'd have to think he'd be like keynote material.
Baggedmilk's going to tattoo himself to look like a giant pie from South Island Pie Co.
I would too. It's delicious.
They're that good. SouthIslandPieCo.ca. You can use the promo code Nation20, get yourself 20% off, or you can go pick them up in store. There you go.
Also use the promo code.
Also use the promo code in store. Why not? All right.
3 games left. Can we
Yeah.
catch them?
They're gonna win out, boys.
That's what I've said.
Can we
out.
catch 'em?
Win out.
Can we
Win
catch
out.
them?
Yes.
Are you a believer in building up too much good karma? Too much good hockey karma?
No.
Win out.
Maybe we need a little slump here just to really.
A
Slump.
slump with 3 games left?
You called them
There is
out
no
at American
time for that.
Thanksgiving.
And now I'm saying, are the Oilers too good?
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
No, win
no.
out.
I
This
think
is
win out.
exactly the moment you want to actually ramp it up. This is when you're actively stuffing the Lightning in a bottle right now, so you can put the cap on it in 3 games.
Yep.
Plug
and
it up.
then use it.
2
all
Mondays from now,
playoffs.
whatever it is, away we go.
Yeah, 3 games left.
Now, do you think, based on how tight the Pacific standings are, that we're going to get a little load management here?
No, I don't think we will. I don't think there's much of a reason to either because their season ends on a Thursday and the playoffs wouldn't start until that next Monday, which means the Oilers wouldn't play until potentially that Tuesday.
I just don't feel like our top players are the type that would even want to do it.
Yeah.
They did it last year.
Yeah, and like maybe they don't want it. Maybe they.
But there was truly nothing on the line.
Yes, true.
So if game 82, you're taking on the Sharks, you're at home. I guess they were at home last year too, but you're at home and it's like, all right, you win the conference or the division. They're playing. They're maybe only playing like 17 minutes, but they're playing.
If you can go to one game all year, do not go to that Sharks game
Why?
because they are not going to put in an effort.
Oh, that last
They may
one.
not even dress some people.
Yeah, but if the division's on the line, they would.
Is Gregor going to wear his San Jose jersey again?
Probably. Noah scored a hat trick last week.
He was pretty
Bullshit.
pumped up. No, scored a hat.
You don't like it? You know he's not an
his
Oilers
tweet
fan,
that just
right?
said bullshit when they took away Noah Gregor's goal. Still one of my favorite things.
I screenshot that. I use it for all kinds of stuff now.
yeah. It's so funny.
good.
That was a crippling, if you're a Sharks fan, that offside. That game did not go to plan.
Is it?
Jeremy Kupel don't miss, man.
That was their longest game of the season, by the way, 2 hours and 52 minutes.
What do you think about the?
Don't ask me why I have that banked, but I do.
What do you think about baseball games getting cut way down? Like
One-
2 hours and 50
1
minutes?
hour, 57 minutes for a Sandy Alcantara complete game.
Watch him dice up the Minnesota Twins in like under 2 hours. Electric.
Baseball is back.
How long would a game used to be?
3?
3?
So last year, the average
245
was
to 3?
318
They shrank it by 50?
by 30 minutes on average.
So the average. The quickest games right now are going between, well, that 157 is the quickest so far. And there's a few more that have been between 2 hours and 10 minutes. But the average is still around 2 hours and
Imagine
30.
one of the points of baseball was to play the game as quickly as possible, and you're like, got it done in 38 minutes last night. That's why we're the big leagues.
Yeah.
And you're just like rapid firing pitches.
As a casual baseball fan, I like it because I find there's just too much fuckery where like the guy's wrapping his hands around over and it just carries on too much.
The dude that steps out every time and undoes and redoes his batting gloves 5 times on each hand, every single pitch. I'm not sad to see that go.
No, me neither.
At all. And like,
or even the pitchers
baseball
doing a
right
lap
now
around the
is
mound.
having a moment. It is back.
It's awesome.
This
What they should do is let them all do
month has
roids
been-
again. That was the era.
Women's college basketball and baseball have absolutely owned the past 3 weeks to a month.
100%. And I mean, the sport is in general in a really good spot, I think, when you just look at the amount of talent in there as well. BM, you're wearing your Otani jersey. I mean, that guy's going to get $500 million on his next deal.
So Wanye, I was reading
Scheffler
about
just missed a putt.
I was reading about
Fuck
this
that
morning.
guy.
Shohei Ohtani is correct me if I'm wrong, Todd, one of the best pitchers in the major leagues.
Correct.
He is also one of the best hitters in the major leagues.
Like Babe Ruth without the gout?
And he's the only one doing this.
So he's a complete freak. So as a result, they are estimating his next contract could fall at $500 million.
Question. Can he effectively play 2 positions?
Yes.
So when he's not pitching, but he's batting, where does he go?
Oh, he usually DHs, but he could play right field if they need him to, but they DH him to like make sure he doesn't get overworked.
So he'll pitch a game and hit a dinger in the game?
It's happened.
Good God.
Or he'll
$500 million?
He'll pitch the first game of the series and then go hit a bomb in game 2 and be like, whatever. And he throws like 100. Like it's just
He throws gas too. It's just he's a giant man. Also,
Have you seen Aroldis Chapman, what he's been throwing lately? 3 pitches in a row, 104, 103, 104.
Chapman?
Yeah, Aroldis Chapman.
yeah, with Casey, I noticed that this week too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he was kind of past his prime.
No, he's like, I don't know.
Wrong again, you're M-Chuck.
You know the old baseball way. You know.
Coombsy and I
Get him
have
back in there.
always made the joke that to make baseball entertaining, every player gets one. You get one player who's allowed to use steroids.
I was going
Per
to say,
team,
or
like
one
a DH?
cycle.
Yeah, like a DH, a designated cheater.
Just throw it open to everyone can do whatever you want. It's on you. You just can't sue.
Hey, if
Or just have like a live golf situation where it's the Roid League. Now they're smashing balls way out of the stadium.
Dude, so I was watching the Masters this morning, and I noticed that the TSN coverage that they had, they were not showing a single live golfer. Did
Really?
you? Not one.
I've just been
and
doing
they
my
were
group.
and like Brooksy was playing and he was doing well, and they were not showing him. Then they went over to the NBC coverage at it must have been 1:00, and immediately Brooks was on the TV, and then it was Dustin Johnson, and then so like this is very exciting to see what happens this weekend. I saw a picture this morning, and I'll show you the picture, but it's of
Avatar Man?
Nope. The lineup for merchandise at the Masters Pro Shop.
I saw a TikTok.
Look at that picture. The stats are they will do $70 million in merch sales this week. That amounts to $10 million a day, $1 million an hour, $16,000 a minute, and $277 every second.
That's why your
in
egg sandwich is a buck.
merchandise. And yeah, have you?
The shit in the merchandise tent ain't the same
it is
prices.
not.
I saw a
It is not
TikTok
cheap.
last year of a guy who was like, "Hey, I want to take you through how I spent $2,500 at the Masters gift shop." So he goes and he's like, "So first off, you got the classic Masters hat. I bought 2 of 4 different colors so I could wear one and have one as a keepsake." And I was like, "Okay, that's an insane thing to do," but continue. And then I got the Masters lawn chair, $600. I'm like, "Yeah, well, $2,500 will go by fast when you buy fucking 12 hats and a $500 lawn
But
chair."
like this just reminded us of Oilers Nation Radio last week, where Rick is battling himself to buy those $500 Oilers Converse.
It's like it's the only pair of $500 shoes we've ever seen. There's lots of ladies, but specifically,
He
walking
loves-
around in shoes worth way
he
more than
loves
People
his
rocking
Oilers shoes,
Jordans
though.
and shit. Yeah.
But
You're
you
on the-
see, watch the coverage and watch how many people are walking around with big bags full of merchandise.
Yep.
If you're going to take in the Masters, I think the last thing you'd want to be doing is carrying 2 30-pound
I'd buy on
bags
Thursday
of
though, so
merchandise.
I'm
Yeah,
crap
you're free.
free on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of these people don't go on Sunday. Like Sunday's a tough
Well,
ticket
maybe
to
they're
get.
just one time there and they want to get their
Well,
shit.
and they have
Can
to.
you get
and
a
that's-
weekend pass? How does this work?
I don't know, man. I think I don't know.
Chalmers, if
You should
you're
search what are tickets to the Masters on Sunday going for.
if you're an elitist from Kansas City, Chalmers, and you and your friends
I
have
bet you
come to Augusta,
$1,300.
You want to get as much swag as you can to go back to Kansas
Oh yeah,
City
no,
and
I'm just saying.
flex.
I would do the exact same thing.
Flex.
Yep.
I would do the exact same thing. Oh fuck. I am so.
If you love something, get it tattooed on you.
And buy 2 of every hat in the pro shop, then say, wow, I can't believe I spent over $2,000.
Does Avatar Man have a bunch of Avatar shit, or is he like, I'm good with the skin?
We got our answer over here. Baggedmilk. What is it?
So, the problem, according to Golf Monthly, the tickets themselves are not that expensive. You go into a lottery, you can win tickets. They're about $115 to start on Thursday. As the tournament goes on, they get more expensive. However, if you want to go to Sunday, expect to pay upwards of $4,000 per ticket for the final round of the tournament, mostly on the secondary market.
How much is it, sorry?
$4,000 per ticket.
Does it talk about the pin you get if you live in Augusta, Georgia?
I will look at that.
There's residency pins, and it's to like keep it cheap for people from Augusta to go to the Masters because it's so disruptive to their lives. But they lease them.
Oh, my God.
And they let them. They're like, if you don't want to go, you don't have to. And so you can lease a pin for the weekend.
It's gonna cost in my lifetime to do all my bucket list things with my kids. With the price of everything, the price of Super Bowl tickets, the price of Masters tickets.
You gonna do all that shit with the boys?
I would love to, but
Gangster?
it's gonna cost what, $5 million?
Yes.
I don't think I can afford that.
Well,
Wanye,
I think you can.
Can't
You
take
found
it with
a way
you.
to do a lot
Can't
of
take it
rad
with you.
shit. You found a lot of way to do a lot of rad shit already in your life.
well, it is bucket list thing to go to the Masters. I would actually like to go with my dad, but I think
cool.
that ship has sailed.
Why?
Well, I don't think he so much cares. No, not. I just don't think it's like top of his bucket. He had a
Come on.
He had a chance at an auction, 4 tickets to go for 4 days with airfare, and it was it went for $20,000 on an auction, and he and his buddy bought it, and he said to his buddy said to him, $5,000, you're in. And my dad was like, no.
Maybe he wants to go with you.
That was like 10 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah, he didn't even like you back then.
He did not even like me back then.
When you're in your era.
Yeah, when I was in my era. I don't know, man. I really like watching.
I had no idea you would agree with that.
What?
That he didn't like you back then?
No, I'm just joking.
You could pay
always never liked me.
$500 just to watch the drive, chip, and putt.
See, that's where you go. You go on Tuesday for the practice rounds or Wednesday, the par 3 tournament. The par 3 tournament on Wednesday, back to 5 hole-in-ones in total. But it saw Seamus Power get back-to-back aces.
Scotty Scheffler dunked one too. It was
Dunked
sick.
it and they were, did you know that the par 3 tournament back in the day used to be like it used to be almost as competitive as the actual tournament.
Oh, really?
You wanted to win it. It was very serious. These guys are going 3 in a row, all hitting at the same time, and Scheffler buries it like in the cup. And I don't know who the hell was on the grounds crew or his caddy that day, but nobody fixed it. The ball mark, because it's the same hole that Seamus. I've heard it said a bunch of different ways. He got his hole-in-one there, and the ball mark was still firmly in the cup.
Seamus.
Seamus. Anyways, Masters,
Love
Easter,
it. Yeah.
having a moment. Baseball. My son made his baseball team.
Is that Bernard Longer?
Really? Quit soccer?
No, my older son. Remember he was trying out, and I said,
yeah.
if neither of them make it, I've really got a free summer.
Yeah, now you don't.
No, but now I'm coaching him too. So
Good stuff. Are you going to coach the soccer team?
hell no.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm going to sit and drink beers in a lawn chair. No, I don't know anything about soccer. Run and kick. That's what I'll be kicking and screaming.
Well, fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, baseball season. You're excited for that?
Man, practice tonight.
Are we actually going to Toronto in August?
I don't know. Is someone saying we are?
Yeah, Nation Vacation.
Oh yeah, I know.
Watch the Jays.
I know there's one idea that's being kicked around of doing like a dual trip where we have people flying from maybe different parts of the country and all meeting in Toronto.
Yeah, Edmonton, Calgary.
Edmonton. Oh, I thought it was Edmonton Van.
Yeah, I talked to Jared about that yesterday. Sounds good.
That'd be cool.
Who cares about a trip in August? What are we doing over the playoffs?
Getting drunk.
What is the nation doing? We obviously know about the oiled up shirts.
Saving budget.
Hashtag oiled up.
Saving budget to
Hashtag
get-
ON oil
Good
up.
job, Chalmers. It is ON Oil Up.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna have viewing parties for away games.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. What else?
We're
Pump me up.
We're saving budget to get Avatar Man to all of our viewing parties.
Sick. You know what kind of money that guy wants, though?
He won't show up.
No, not after hearing this podcast, you wouldn't. Yeah, we're going to have some viewing parties. It's going to be sweet. We got the hashtag ON Oil Up shirt up.
That's pretty sweet.
Nation Gear. I convinced Rick to print me a hoodie with all of it on there because I said, I'm more of a hoodie guy, Rick. And he said, that's okay.
We need hoodies on that. It's a good design.
It's a great look. The white and orange is so crisp.
Yeah.
So I want to wear more Oilers Nation gear
Good man.
on this website or on this website, on this podcast. Sure. The problem is I only have the same sweaters that you have.
I wear the same hoodies more or less.
I would like to design my own clothes and get them one-offed.
Like Kanye.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
But I can't
That's not
rock
something
that.
good to say anymore.
I can't. No,
Avatar
yeah,
guy.
not like Kanye.
He
Like
just makes fly shit.
Like Damon, the FUBU guy.
Oh, Damon Dash.
His name not Dash.
No, you're thinking of a different guy.
Yeah, you're thinking of another guy.
That guy did some bad shit.
What's that guy?
He did?
They've all done bad shit.
Who didn't? Tommy Hilfiger.
Nope, he did some bad shit.
Oh, Damon John. Damon John.
Damon John.
Who did good stuff?
The Avatar guy.
Johnny. Okay. So
you want custom Nation Gear?
yeah.
What do you want to say
And
about
I
it?
think that for the right price, we should allow Nation citizens to do it themselves too.
They can just go to a screen printer, make their own gear. That's how we started.
No.
making Nation
It's
gear.
copyright. You can't just use the logos.
Sure, you can. I don't care.
What?
People going to the store and making their own Nation Gear en masse is not going to do anything to Nation Gear sales.
No, I know that, but what if they make something that's hideous? It's like why we have engineering in neighborhoods. It's why you can't just go build a castle in the middle of a normal neighborhood.
There's one in Highlands.
That
know that
didn't
house,
have
though?
architectural controls.
Do you know that house I'm talking about?
I think I do.
There is a legitimate castle in the Highlands right on the river that has like a turret.
Turret like a gun?
Like,
Cool.
it's super cool, man.
Let's bring it to the club.
But I always wonder,
Like John Morant.
how the
Yeah.
hell they got that past the design.
I don't know, but if you go into new neighborhoods these days, I swear the people that do architecture controls are just so lazy. They're like, here's the 4 sidings you can have. It's gray, lighter gray, a little bit lighter gray, and then the lightest of the grays. Sometimes $20,000, you give it to them. And if you don't pass the architecture controls, if you don't stick to what you said you were going to do, you don't get it back. If you do stick to what you do, you get it back. So anyways, I would like custom Nation Gear. I would like to make myself some stuff. Who do I see about that?
So if you go and you Google custom t-shirts Canada, like a bunch of links will pop up, right? And just find one of those websites.
Sure. I don't want a t-shirt though. I want like quarter zips. I want like full zips.
You got to be spending some time at the mall, my man.
I like
Doing
it.
what?
Going into WEM and one of those on-demand screen printer guys.
No. I think you're missing my point here. I would like to tell somebody what I like
Yeah,
and
the
what I
screen
want.
printer guy.
Yeah, you
and
want
then
a
they go
Chalmers
do it.
line of clothing.
I was driving.
But I
on
don't want to
Calgary
have to do the work.
Work. Yeah. No.
I was driving on
I'm not
Calgary
doing
Trail
it.
and I saw a sign that said something like fluorescent coveralls, $45.
Yeah.
And I was like, that'd be kind of cool to wear for playoffs. Just get some coveralls.
Yeah.
Just wear them all 4 rounds.
There's
till
some patches on there, like our friend Banjo guy.
and then by the end of it, you just throw them in the garbage because you haven't worn anything for 6 weeks but
Or like-
your coveralls.
Going back bearded Brad, he does the custom Adidas tracksuits. That's what he rocks all the time. in playoffs.
Custom Adidas tracksuit.
Yeah.
And the orange
He'll
Adidas
go like an
tracksuit.
orange
Sick.
tracksuit and he'll put something custom on the back. Like his new one has Ben Stelter and Joey Moss on the back.
Adidas did that?
I don't know where he got it.
So is this your subtle way of telling me that Bearded Brad's my guy?
Well, he can tell you how to get a custom fit. That's for sure.
But he's
I
not
don't
gonna
need anybody to tell
I
me
like
how
how the
to
guy
do
who
it.
does 2 hours of podcasting every couple of weeks, not consistently, is like, I demand the company designs me my own clothing line.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't ask, don't
maybe
get.
he'll come more if he gets more shit.
Come more. Guys, I am on a torrid pace of shows here. I was not
You
here.
missed all of last week.
It's spring break. I was skiing.
In Jasper, I might add.
Yes,
Yeah, sponsor content.
exactly.
Yeah.
It
Guys.
was
Posting
spring
nothing
break.
about it.
Yeah.
What are you guys crazy? None of you have kids.
I do.
Hey, can I tell you something?
None of you have.
In the past 5 weeks, my kids have gone to 6 weeks. In the past 6 weeks, my kids have gone to school for a total of none of them for full weeks. There has been PD days for 3, spring break, and now Good Friday, and then Easter Monday.
Well, they got a lot of free time. Get them to design the fucking clothes.
They have terrible style. They suck at this. Listen. And then you know what's happening? is they're going to be, my son's in grade 6. He's going to be doing his, like, what do they call that exam? What's that exam when you go from grade 6? PATs. They're cramming them in on the last 2 or 3 days of school because they ran out of days. They can't even enjoy their last 3 days because they've got to do their PAT exams. You know why? Because they ran out of days.
Some of the best rivalries out there. Oilers Kings right now, very heated, right? Everyone versus
Chalmers
Jordan
versus
Binnington.
the Edmonton School Board.
Yeah, Chalmers versus the Edmonton School Board is
You're
right
protesting there, by yourself. More school days.
Less PD days. No, it doesn't really roll off the tongue.
When we were kids, it wasn't like that. You maybe got an early dismissal if a war broke out.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, they get early dismissal
That was
every
it.
Thursday.
That was it.
2:20 today. They're getting off school in 6 minutes.
All right.
Tyler
It's a
just
whole
left
thing.
the room.
Yeah.
Now we can talk about
okay.
it finally.
You know what? Without him here, let's talk about something.
He's back.
Let's talk about something that's really caught my attention lately.
Go for it.
Vince McMahon's mustache.
It is
He
on
looks like-
purpose being a villain. He knows what he's doing.
He looks like Vincent Price.
He does,
He does look like Vincent Price. He looks like Giuseppe.
When you get
Giuseppe
$9
McMahon.
billion,
It's a
when you get $9 billion and everybody hates you and you're trying to play the Saudis off Endeavor and Ari from Entourage is in charge, you grow a moose.
Is it the least shocking thing that the two fighting leagues, one being a fake fighting league and one being a real fighting league, are owned and operated by two huge scumbags?
Can't say fake and real. It's scripted and non-scripted.
Scripted and non-scripted.
It's real
I'm
to
sorry,
me,
how
Dennis.
could the real to me,
How could
man?
you bet on
Hey,
something
calm
that's
down,
known
buddy.
to be scripted? How's the WWE trying to get like listed?
Have they made
with-
progress on that?
Just
Because just the idea of it sounds ridiculous.
It's stupid. It's like being able to bet on how an episode of Friends turns out.
understand scripted, fake, whatever you call it. I respect the athletic ability of them.
Sure.
I
It's
loved it. I love the storytelling. It is soap opera drama with acrobatics.
I watched
for
some of WrestleMania
grown
last
men.
weekend. It was great.
Snoop was there.
Did you see that Shane McMahon blew out his knee
I did.
10 seconds into his match?
I did.
And Snoop Dogg had to, like, this was like the big match.
And Shane McMahon blew out his
He
knee.
runs in the ring, blows out his knee within 10 seconds, and Snoop Dogg is like, all of a sudden, he just starts going off book. He starts ad-libbing, and a ref comes up to the ropes and is like, people's elbow, do the people's elbow. And then he does the whole, like, rock people's elbow, and it just brought the house down.
Shane McMahon's literally dying in the ring. And they're like,
Yeah. Oh, no. If you got, there's
saw him.
one clip from back in the day where a wrestler gets hurt, and you can tell, and the other guy's like, I don't know what to do. But he continues to, like, act out and fight with the guy, but the guy couldn't move his leg. And it's just, oh, gosh.
why wouldn't you just like put him down and tap him and then just end the fight early?
I don't know. Because it's like the main event. They have to do something.
Snoop Dogg versus Shane McMahon was the main event.
No.
of WrestleMania?
Snoop Dogg wasn't even supposed to be part of the match.
wasn't?
It was like Shane McMahon
He just
versus
went in
like
the ring?
Dusty Rhodes' kid or
Hold
something.
on, and Snoop just went in the ring.
I don't know the whole story.
You think this
I
is
know
real?
the Instagram version that us millennials get.
You think
Or
Snoop
Gen
just
Z.
deputized himself in this crowd?
I don't know.
himself
Remchuck
in the
watches
match.
it.
If
When he
anyone's going
tells
to do
what
it,
happened.
Snoop Dogg can do
Did
it.
you say I watch WWE? I don't.
You watch every sport from beginning to end in my mind.
You have baseball on your laptop. We've got golf on the iPad.
You're kind of in a hockey podcast.
Yeah, but it's because I have to do my Jays pod right after this one, so I need to be somewhat in tune with what's going on.
Why is there a game on right now?
Series finale? It's a
We talked
travel
about
day.
that last week, actually. Could you
should have
do MLB season
It was
tickets?
spring break.
Could you do MLB season tickets?
What?
It's like 188 games. You got-
Like
We were just talking about the slog that
if
is.
we lived in Toronto,
Yeah.
and you would not a chance.
I think it'd be like a burden.
Not
like a
even close.
Moderately like weekend prison sentence.
There are times when like 41 Oilers games feels like a burden. So yeah.
The two of, I guess, 4 p.m. on a Thursday in Toronto. Who needs to work?
How about this? This has me childhood levels of excited. I told BM about it. My beer league team, me and Coombsy, we're on a miraculous run right now. Hey, we're going to the conference finals.
Oh my
The
god!
league
what?
just told us game 2 of the conference finals, fucking at Rogers Place.
Come on.
What?
Skating on the ice.
Damn.
Goal horn, professional photographer, the whole 9 yards.
Crowd?
People are allowed to come watch.
What league is this awesome?
WHO.
Can
Yeah.
you say?
Yeah,
Do you want to say?
CCRHL? It's like a little perk. So they did a thing where it was like they sold Oilers tickets with like your division's promo code, and our division bought the most Oilers tickets, or was one of the 3 that bought the most Oilers tickets. So all we had to do was buy a couple tickets to Oilers Sharks as a team, split the cost amongst the guys, raffle them off to one guy on the team.
Well, that is very cool. I have skated at Northlands when I was a kid.
Yeah, I played Northlands.
But playing on Rogers as an adult in a men's league
Right
hockey
before
game
playoffs?
would be so cool.
Yeah. So
I'd
our
love it.
game was originally supposed to be game 2 of the series was supposed to be next Thursday, and they were like, "Hey, you won the Rogers thing. Got to move your game to Wednesday though, because the Oilers play Thursday." I was like, "Oh, but that Oilers game isn't a playoff game, so maybe they should move."
Okay, well, speaking of venues that are professionally or semi-professional, and I'm doing this purposely because JR is not here. I remember when he did something about Chumgate when I wasn't here. We are getting a lot of traction on this JR hitting a ball out of Remax Field.
Yeah,
There's no way.
There's no way.
there's no way.
Okay, so I just want to set the parameters because my group chat that we have between 6 childhood friends has a lot of baseball players in it. Very high-level baseball players when they were younger. We need people to know that he is going to use a metal bat. And it will be like a Marucci. We're giving him all the advantages. Okay? So, metal bat,
Night vision goggles.
hard balls so that, you can hit them out.
Internal.
Now, my biggest concern was the ball placement device. There's a tee, there's soft toss, there's him throwing it up to himself, there's a ball pitching machine, and there is a legit BP pitcher. We realize that he needs to be thrown to at around 60, 55 to 60. That's a good BP pitcher throwing to you. Not from the mound, with an L screen. So we need to get this right because I will not leave that place with any excuses. We have to get it right. So we're literally going to try to find somebody who is a BP pitcher at some.
I could find us
form.
someone.
I think we could too.
Yeah.
I mean, I throw BP to
Surveyor Brett could probably
12-year-olds.
do it, actually.
Really?
He coached a high level of baseball. He was a good ball player.
Oh, I thought you meant he could pitch.
Yeah, he could. Yeah,
Okay,
Surveyor
so
Brett could probably be our BP guy.
Put your application. If you are a good BP pitcher, I throw BP to 12-year-olds. I've never been clocked at it. I'm pretty sure it's around 45 that I'm throwing to them. That is not enough speed for JR to catch one, get it down the line.
Now, when you say BP pitcher, because I don't care,
Batting practice.
not Boston Pizza.
No, Boston.
I understand.
You're not throwing a broom.
Team pitchers, yeah.
No.
We got some team pitchers from BP.
So,
Let's
BP
go.
pitcher sounds like not a big deal. But I'm telling you this. If you're a BP pitcher and you're throwing for an hour, you could throw upwards of 500 baseballs, depending at how many people you're throwing to.
In an hour.
Dude, I would, in an hour practice, throw to 10 kids, 30 balls each.
Yeah, 10 pitches a minute, more or less. Okay.
Yeah, dude. And you're just going constantly. Your arm. And here's the real thing is you have to have a person with confidence because you start missing the plate a couple times and it is hard to find it again, right?
dial her back in.
Anyways.
Why don't we use a machine then?
So, good question. I don't know. I don't know what would be better, a machine or a BP pitcher, but those are the two we're going to go with. We are going to get Remax Field this summer for 4 hours.
Yes.
Have our kids come. They're going to shag balls in the...
Oh,
and
like
we
your
are
team
going
is.
to do this, yeah.
Okay. Well, also, producer Aaron works for the Riverhawks, so he can just get the field for us at some point, too.
That's right.
You got an answer for everything, don't you? Your
That's right.
Yes.
I knew we had a guy, the Riverhawks. They responded to my poll. My poll was, do you think JR could hit the ball out of Remax Field? Oh, yeah. They were like, there's only one way to find out. Batter up.
Now, I have a luxury suite at the stadium. Will I be allowed to sit in the box?
Yes, I would like to sit in the box and watch.
Yes.
Excellent.
Wanye
You
and I
can.
can have those big beer
Fine,
bags.
Yes, you can.
Fine.
12% said yes. The rest.
You did a poll, and
That-
the Riverhawks responded.
That field is deep.
hilarious.
This is going to be
'Cause what did
my
Eric
favorite
Sabrowski
thing
say?
of this
Well, yeah,
summer.
I did play-by-play for the Prospects for a few years. I was around the park. I've seen one person hit a ball out of there in an actual game, and it was Eric Sabrowski. And now he's
Eric Sabrowski hit a dinger.
Yes, and now he's a professional baseball player.
Yeah. And a listener of the show, and said it's impossible.
And in our fantasy football league.
So, of course, he knows. If you
And
actually
the best friend I've never met.
He's a big dude too.
Yeah,
big
Like I
And
spent
a
some time
lefty.
with him. He's a big dude. Like
Yep.
I just can't see a guy like when was the last time Jay swung a bat?
Don't know.
So there's no way.
No way.
That field is huge.
So the only way I feel that he has a literal chance, and I've also have to say parameters I have said is it has to be from the plate and in fair territory.
Yeah.
Pulling one down, like he's a big pull hitter. So to his credit, JR hits balls in any sport further than I've ever seen people that aren't professionals hit them. When he was 16 years old, we had a competition throughout Edmonton at every golf course. For a week, they would take the long drive on one hole and you would go into a long drive competition. He was going up against 11 other people. There was 12 of them. He was 16 years old. The rest of them were like 30 to 40-year-old men. He absolutely drove it further than anybody at our golf course, and I think he came in like 6th. He was 16 years old.
He's not anymore, though.
No, he's not. But when we played softball, he used to hit the goddamn ball so far that we would just get a new one because nobody wanted to go get it. Like,
I don't think he could even hit a softball out.
You thought the Oilers were out at American Thanksgiving.
Correct.
so here's where I sit, just so that nobody misinterprets where I am sitting on this. I don't think he'll do it, although all of my friends do think that he can.
They do?
They do.
That's impressive.
All of them think that he can do it.
I can't wait to watch it.
I do not.
From the box?
And
Yeah,
nobody.
from the box, of course.
That's cool.
How many beers can we drink in 4 hours? That's the question.
If you have to drink beers until Jay goes yard, you'll be there for the rest of your natural life.
Nobody wants him to do it more than I do, so that he can rub it
I want
into
him to
my
do it.
face. But he will not. He just simply
A metal
will
bat actually
not.
changes my opinion on it a little bit.
It
He's
should.
gonna get- he's gonna
It
get
should.
way
It
more
definitely
pop off
should.
it.
We're gonna get
Way
like a
more pop.
really good Marucci, like fucking metal
Yeah.
bat.
Doesn't that change your opinion a little bit? It's a
Yeah,
metal
it does.
bat, like a
'cause,
high-end metal bat.
If you catch one, you'll catch one, right? And again, I have seen him hit a golf ball and like
It is so far.
the straight into the loft he'll get on it, right? Like the apex of that thing's insane. So like if he catches a baseball with a metal bat, like it'll go, but it's just so fucking far.
It's so
and
far.
It's a high fence, like.
Yeah, my opinion has changed a little bit because of the metal bat. That could be a game changer.
Let me give you a story that's completely on topic. One time I was walking past the baseball stadium and someone hit a foul ball and it was going out in the parking lot and I ran down a child and got that ball. And I still have it at home. So don't fuck with me is what I'm telling you. 'Cause I will run that down.
Should we get Avatar Guy to referee this whole affair?
If you bring up Avatar one more time and don't get him involved, I'm going to be livid.
All right.
Do you guys not feel a different feeling right now than you have for the past like 2 months? Where
I've had a
we
half
have
beer, so that's
Masters
good.
golf, we have Oilers playoffs. I think the best Oilers team we've had in
Long time.
30 years.
Biggest Avatar Guy podcast in months.
The biggest Avatar fan. We now know he's fully tattooed and potentially going to be a guest on this show.
But
Spring is in the air.
Yeah, it feels good.
We're drinking crisp tall boys.
R. Kelly's in jail where he belongs.
I have a take on that. I have a take on that, Charles.
Sure.
But first,
Oh, I
we're going to
thought you
step
meant
I thought
aside.
you were going to say the
Kelly.
remix for admission still slaps.
But first, we're going to step aside for a break. I think this is, ready? Just the new norm for spring in Edmonton. Like, there's no reason to think this is a one-off for the Oilers. Like, we're going to be...
Is this the show right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know if this. I thought the ad was going.
No.
he's
We're
just
back
so
from the ad.
smooth.
Yeah, cool.
Their top 5 forwards are McDavid, Nuge, Draisaitl, Kane, Hyman, all under contract for at least the next 2 years. Their top 4 D-men, either all under contract or Bouchard, RFA, going to get signed. Their goalie, Stuart Skinner, is like 18 years old. Everyone's coming back for the next 2 seasons. Their division isn't getting like insanely better. Vegas will probably start getting worse. Calgary, who fucking knows? Vancouver's trash. San Jose's
Huge
8
win though
years.
last night for Calgary.
Yep.
To be fair.
San Jose years
Exciting.
away. Anaheim years away. It's Edmonton and LA. And like that's it. So they're clearly going to be the best team in their division for the next 3 to 5 years. They have all their key players locked up. The conference isn't even getting that much better at any point.
And yet
nipples are
by
getting
American
hard.
Thanksgiving, they're out.
And Tyler, I just saw on Twitter, Kale McCarr out indefinitely.
Really?
No. What?
No.
Lower body injury.
Kale McCarr.
Yep.
No
Rest in peace.
No Cale Makar, no Gabe Landeskog. Like they're fucked.
Let's go.
Didn't replace
go.
Kadri.
Who are we
Let's
playing in the
go.
first round?
Right now it'd be LA. Today it would be LA.
But if LA beats Vegas tonight, the window to catch Vegas is still open.
Is it too hard to figure out what needs to happen for us to get to jump into first? Because I know Vegas has a game in hand on us, don't they? One?
Yes. After last night, yes.
Yes.
But today they'll be even, correct?
Yeah, so it's Vegas, LA tonight.
It's like playoff games every night. Like that Winnipeg Calgary game last night was exciting.
Are you going to, where are you going to watch away games? Just,
Where am I
Watch
going to watch
parties.
away games?
yeah, you going to watch them at the Casa Milk? Do you up it because it's the playoffs?
I might.
It's tough.
I want to go to LA. If the Oilers play LA, I want to go to LA.
Good God.
Yeah.
Shout out to AMA Travel because I would also like to go to LA.
Yeah.
That'd
That's
be a
what I
vibe.
want to do.
Leduc, Alberta?
Sorry?
LA?
Yeah.
Leduc, Alberta?
Gonna go watch it at
No
a local
Cactus
pub in
Club, though.
Leduc.
When I was like in grade 1, a kid in my class goes, "Oh, I was born in LA, hey?" And I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, Leduc, Alberta." And I was like, "Oh, really?" Hated him until junior high.
Well, then you would like to know that I also made the same joke as being from Legal, Alberta. I even used to wear Dodgers hats because I thought it was funny.
When I was younger,
Commitment to the bit.
my baba lived in Vegreville. And I vividly remember a conversation my mom was having with one of her friends where she was like, "Yeah, we're going to go to Veg for the weekend." Vegreville. And she was like, "Oh, that's awesome." Like my mom's friend was like, "That is great for you guys, just going and doing that." My mom was like, "Yeah, well, you know, Ross's mom is out there, so blah, 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 blah." She goes, "Wow, when did she move there?" And there was like this whole conversation. I remember sitting there being like, "What's going on right now?" And my mom was like, "Well, Vegreville." And this lady was like, "Oh, I thought you meant Vegas."
Those are two totally different
not
vibes.
Not
That's like when you meet
same,
someone-
same. Does Vegreville have a casino?
No.
They do have that big egg, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Pasenka.
You ever meet anyone from London, Ontario who doesn't throw the Ontario in right away and tells you they're from London? I have.
You hate him?
Pieces of shit.
Remember that guy from London that stole Jay's credit card?
Yeah.
That was a good pod.
I've been to London, Ontario. A lot of crosswalk, or a lot of people jaywalk there, I've noticed.
Interesting.
And payphones everywhere still. Downtown London, Ontario.
We should do a competition where you have to find a payphone
I wouldn't even know where to go.
in this city.
City Center Mall, probably?
Send me a picture of a payphone and where it is.
I don't think they're
if you
here anymore.
See one.
You'll find one like outside
I was in a
of 7-Eleven.
hotel
Like a
in
mall,
Butte,
maybe?
Montana, and they had the actual like open the door, go in, close the door behind you, telephone booth.
Get that.
in the lobby of the hotel.
I love that.
Yeah, it was super cool, like super
Throwback.
nostalgic. And the ballroom in this hotel in Butte looked like I could picture a scene from Scarface happening in there. Where like at the top of the stairs, you just it was beautiful. I did love it. Nostalgic.
You can't have that movie with Colin Farrell anymore.
Which one?
Phone booth.
Phone booth.
They just don't have him. Movie over.
I wonder if young people watch that movie and just like, this is stupid.
Well, it's like I was saying last week. I mean, you were away on spring break, of course.
Spring break.
The whole point of the first Beverly Hills cop movie could have been avoided had he had a cell phone. But he was looking for a payphone.
What's amazing about you yelling, looking at the audio here, is it doesn't move the needle on the show.
No.
It's just yelling the whole way through. That
Good production is what that is.
Is that what it is?
That's what I like to think it is.
What else do we need to touch on? It's a Thursday going into Easter weekend. What do we need to do? What are we doing?
I'm amazed you're not happier about the Nuge. I mean, you probably are happy, but a 100-point season doesn't sneak up on you. Maybe that's why you're
I'm
not
thrilled
so.
about
I
it.
think it's just been one season long orgasm.
Where were the Where are the haters? You were calling out the haters. Who are they?
Oh, the people who didn't want them to
There was-
sign Nugent-Hopkins because
Yeah.
he's a third line player.
If I go on my old laptop, which I'm thinking about doing, it depends how petty I want to be.
Petty.
I screenshotted a bunch of the Oilers should not re-sign Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Do it.
They should trade Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. They should. I've got a folder fucking full of it.
So is this your true Oilers fandom coming through, or do you honestly believe
As president and CEO of the
that
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins fan club,
Nugent-Hopkins, without McDavid and Draisaitl, is just hear me out? How many power play points does he have this year
52.
in an historic power play statistic year?
Don't shade a 100-point season.
I'm just saying.
have to be part of
look
something amazing.
At it all.
But you have to be
I'm
part of
looking
something
at it all.
amazing like this power play to hit a hundo.
Regardless of who he plays with or how he acquires said points, did he hit 100 points in
Yes.
his 12th NHL season?
yeah, no, he did.
Nobody does that. Gregor did a list. There's a very small list of players who have done this. So I'm pumped on him.
And
Even last night, he's like, listen, I probably didn't expect to ever hit 100.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, post game.
Right. But of the 100-point players, okay, you know what? I don't want to do this because I like the guy. I think it's been
It's
a great
not like
season.
you got 8 points in one game. You got 100 points over a season, man. That is an
And as the back half
unbelievable.
of the season, his pace has picked up over the back half.
If it was this easy to just score points on the power play, every player would do it. And if it was this easy to just score points with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, Ty Ratty wouldn't be in Switzerland.
Our group chat, which I love, I love referencing our group chat because
Yowza.
it's very
Racist?
polarizing. No, what? No, it's very polarizing in
And
the
no
fact
one
that
listening knows what you're talking about. That's
doesn't
great.
matter. It just knows that I'm talking to my friends about this kind of shit. But listen, we talked about if you were on the ice with the Oilers, like your question to the nation listeners, when the street team went out and asked them, if you were on the power play with the Oilers, how many points do you think you'd get all season?
Just power play? I don't get any 5-on-5 time?
Just power play.
So I get to play every power play.
Every power play.
Yeah. But it doesn't make it a 6-on-4, right? Like it's
It's a 5-on-4.
Like I
It's-
take Hyman's
it's
spot.
Yeah.
Or I take Nuge's spot.
Well, you would take the front of the net. Because let's be serious.
Nuge got how many power play points this year?
52.
52. I would get 2. 82 games on the power play, I would get 2 points.
Congratulations.
There were
'Cause he's
people
all-
who were answering that question inside Fort All being like, 40, 50.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
if
for
you
sure.
could do that, you would be
You'd
in
be
the
so
NHL.
tired by the second intermission of your first game. You'd have to go get
Let's understand that he's definitely the shot placement that he has
He is
to
zipping
score
it
these
this
goals. He is zipping it. There's a noticeable difference. Let's just understand that where he is in his career and on this team, where the situation around him is benefiting him.
Of course. But like, is he supposed to play shittier because he plays with Connor?
No.
Give a couple
It doesn't.
points back.
It just doesn't. It doesn't mean he still is.
It doesn't impress you as much as a 300-point man team that doesn't have an amazing power play.
You know who impresses me? And
Avatar
I
guy?
hate it so much.
Yeah, let's do
Matthew
it.
Kachuk
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's-
impresses the shit out of me because it doesn't matter where he goes.
Plays with Barkov.
Who won that trade?
Oh, Florida.
Yeah, you think?
Huberdeau is Garbaggio.
Nazem Kadri fucking hates it there so much.
Yeah.
He does?
Oh, well, I mean, just watch him play. That's the only reason I say that. Like, he is not interested at all in helping that team win hockey games.
Outrageous.
It's so
Couldn't
bad
happen to
there.
a better team.
At least
What
they
is
only signed
happening
him for
outside
7
right
years.
now?
They're sawing down a bunch of trees.
Yeah, that house over there, they're taking care
You
of.
think we
I'm
can take some
assuming-
free wood?
Inside Riverdale, house across the street from our office, all the trees are getting cut down.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's because that's going to be an infill lot. Like
Yeah, they're
pulling-
going to put
Yeah.
townhomes on.
Oh, townhomes. Oh,
Like a
or like
duplex.
one of those skinny things. Yeah. yeah.
Ooh, more people next door.
It sucks though. All the trees are gone.
They come over
Yeah.
and drink
It
at
looks,
your bar.
but
Yeah,
it does
for
look
elderly
weird.
women. That's the only people who go there. You know. Just kidding.
What?
We love all the customers at Dog Patch. There's a lot of elderly women though. Do you know
Every
the
time
movie-
I'm here,
do you know the movie Cocoon?
Wilford
I
Brimley.
came for Dog Patch with my son. We looked around and I said, "Son, you might think you're in the movie Cocoon. You aren't." And you know what he said? Nothing, because he's 2 and he's never seen that movie and he barely speaks English. But I laughed. I laughed and laughed and laughed.
Isn't that what half of talking to kids is about, though? Just making yourself laugh.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly. I also talk to him like he's a 40-year-old man and he doesn't understand anything I'm saying, and I just think it's funny.
Okay, print off your T4s.
More or less. Like
Yeah,
I'll be
he's-
like, "Well, you know what happened today?" And I'll just tell him everything and he'll just drool.
Stock price down.
Yeah. Or up.
Could be.
Natural gas prices up.
Roller coaster.
Pants are down.
Interest
Commerce.
rates up, interest rates down.
Oh.
You doing okay, Charles?
Yeah, I'm just really fucking worried about this Colin Morikawa marking the ball situation that I've been seeing a lot lately. There's a bunch of clips of him marking his ball about 2 inches ahead of his marker and then picking his marker up and putting it behind his ball. I really hope there's an
getting
explanation
closer?
there that he had to move it due to a
Shadow.
you know how sometimes when people are in
Yeah.
your putting line, you have to move it over, but you line it up with something, and I just hope
Can't
there's
you
nothing to
snitch
be
on
said about it.
golfers? Can't you didn't somebody once call CBS?
Yeah,
during
all the time.
do it.
There's something to be said. Or
It happened once.
doesn't matter.
Snitch.
I know. Oh, okay, BM.
Yes.
You guys won't care about this, but we're an hour in, so I feel like I can sneak this conversation in. Are you more or less caught up on Big Brother Canada?
I am, yeah.
Holy shit. Might be the best season of Big Brother I've ever
It's
seen in my
wild.
life.
So you've been trying to get me back on the BB Canada train for a while now.
It's electric.
This season's really good.
7 better.
Like the whole thing. That's
You would appreciate, Wanye, though, the thing that makes me laugh every episode of Big Brother is everything is sponsored.
Oh, really?
Everything
Wendy's
is sponsored.
still? Wendy's drive-thru?
Wendy's is in there. They've got their pantry is now a Circle K.
Oh,
They've
shit.
got a Shark vacuum
their
thing
fridge
right
is
in the thing.
HelloFresh.
Yeah, the fridge is HelloFresh.
The
It's
last
very
POV
funny.
was filling up Brita filters with water and dumping them out in another area.
Changing
the
your
best.
furnace filter?
It is the best.
I
love
was
it.
yelling that at the TV when that Zach guy was like, he cheated. He cheated the integrity of the game. I was like, dude, you just spent 3 hours filling up a Brita filter and moving it to a larger Brita filter. There's no integrity
Now,
here. my
question,
boy.
why is it so good?
It's just they the drama is there's more drama in the Canadian one.
From what?
It's like they're not pros going into
Showman's
Big-
gone awry?
Oh, yeah, there's some of that.
There's some of that, but it's like they're not pros going into Big Brother being like I've been following this game my entire life.
There
I'm gonna
are
play that
people
way.
who went into this season and were like, yeah, I've never really watched the show before. And it's unbelievable that the producers do that because it's just a wild card element.
Yeah, there's more of a wild card element in the Canadian one than the American one for sure.
I like Canadian Big Brother way better than American Big Brother because of that. I feel like people who go on American Big Brother have like their PhD in reality
They know
shows.
exactly what's going
And they're
on.
like, I'm going to launch a sock line in 93 days.
Yeah, it's like, here's a good comparison. NHL hockey to World Juniors hockey. Big Brother
Love of the
Canada
game.
is like fucking chaotic, mistakes everywhere, people losing their shit. Everyone thinks they're going to be a bazillionaire and
Yeah.
have this huge ego.
Yeah.
And Big Brother USA, they're all like, well, as long as I make it past like 3 weeks, I'm probably gonna just be an influencer the rest of my life.
There's like nominal opportunity for you from Big Brother Canada, though.
Yeah.
Like they come out expecting that
for
like
sure.
world artist management is going to be waiting for you, like signing you to the same contract as Tom Cruise.
And it's like, eh.
But in fact, that attitude, though, that's what I love best about it.
I just need to tell you that it's insane. And I'm finally caught
it's
up.
good.
And it's some of the best reality
'Cause
TV out there.
Yeah,
Give
And I
me
fucking
something. Give me a
hated that.
twist.
So
Why is it
basically-
so? Give me something.
Spoiler alert, skip ahead a couple minutes if you're watching Big Brother Canada and you don't want the spoiler. So this guy, Zach, thought he was running the house for 2
Huge
weeks.
D-bag,
Massive
allegedly,
douche
in
about it all,
in
yeah.
my opinion.
So he thinks he's running the house for a couple weeks, and then things get flipped. He gets blindsided, gets backdoored. So he's on the block and he's toast. No
Early
more
in the
veto.
show?
Yeah, it's week 3.
Okay.
And he also threw the veto because he thought he was so safe. So he decided not to win the veto.
What an idiot.
So he gets backdoored, and then he goes, oh, well, the guy who's using the veto on himself
He snuck a letter in.
snuck a letter in from his girlfriend that said like, or his girlfriend put it in his socks or something like that. And this guy found it, was like, oh, it's a letter from my girlfriend that says like, I love you. You're doing so well. I'm proud of you. Stay strong. So this Zach guy, 10 days after finding out about this letter, goes like, don't use the veto on yourself, more or less. Keep yourself on the block, like, or else. And this guy's like, I'm pulling myself off, pulls himself off. They go rat on him, more or less. I'm leaving out
To
some
producers?
small details. Yeah, rat on him, kind of.
Assholes.
Snitched.
Snitched.
Straight snitched.
And then Big Brother comes down and tells this guy who, again, cheated. They're like, all right, you snuck in a letter from home. We've determined it gave you no advantage. But to even the playing field, everyone gets a letter from home. You can't vote in the eviction, and you can't play the next HOH.
That's kind of a nice twist.
Okay, so good twist. This Zach guy throws a hissy fit, freaks out, and instead of waiting out 24 hours to get evicted, he goes, I'm self-evicting because like I don't believe the game is fair anymore.
Ooh,
And he walks.
And he's trying to convince.
The
victim.
self-eviction, you can't self-evict.
He's trying to convince other people to self-evict
leave with
himself
him,
with
of
him.
course.
Yeah, he's like, we gotta leave, man. Like integrity of the game. Like we gotta
You're the
go.
one who cheated, you fuckboy.
It's
This
just-
is good TV, I can
It's
tell.
good. It was good shit. Like this season, I'm glad I got back into it.
What if I told you that's probably fake?
Probably is, but I don't care.
That is the mentality to quit because something isn't fair.
Yep.
Yep.
And then
That's what I mean. Like in the Canadian
and
one, they're
knowing
going.
that you have a potential to be rewarded for it when
Yeah.
you get out.
That's the thing about the Canadian one is like they go in not knowing they're playing Big Brother. Like, oh, people are lying to me. What the fuck?
Yeah. I can't
Brother,
talk to
man.
liars. I'm like, what?
Liars. This is the show that's built
That
around
is
lying.
the show. The whole thing is
thing,
lying.
yep.
I can't imagine that actually. No, that was fake.
Probably it could have been. But
It's
like, it was a
amazing the
weird
degree to
episode.
which these things are engineered, your Amtrak, is all I'm saying.
Raise Creek.
Oh,
Joaquin.
Walk just went in.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture of Mark Messier and Mike Weir?
No.
They took a photo together at the Masters. They both look.
Like recently?
Yeah, this week.
Oh wow.
They look great.
Good for Moose for getting in.
Moose
on that.
looks great. Weirzy looks great. Remember when he used to have
Weir
those
was like
glasses
fucking
going?
2 under through
Oh, yeah.
4 holes today.
When
Weir was leading the Masters at one point.
Yeah.
Weir used to have biblically thick glasses. Then he won a major, and that's no longer an issue.
Razor thin
You get
glasses now.
better at
I feel
better
like we're
glasses.
just in limbo right now.
Yeah.
We're just in limbo before playoffs. Like, the excitement's there, but we don't really have anything. Like, the
Well, you
Oilers
gotta
are just
find out-
unbelievable. We
You gotta
don't have
find
to
out the
talk about
matchup.
it. What?
You got to find out the matchup. Once we know the matchup is going to get a little bit spicier.
Yeah.
Because it's probably going to be
It's
LA, but it could
not
be Vegas.
probably. I mean,
Could be
like,
Seattle, could be Calgary, could be Winnipeg. All of them are very real possibilities.
LA's got a good penalty kill against us.
Yeah, but I think these last 2 wins over LA showed that you're not that good.
I think their penalty kill is a bit too hyper aggressive, and it's caught the Oilers off guard. In a best of 7 series, the Oilers will pick that penalty kill apart.
Damn.
Hyper aggressive is the best way to penalty kill.
And the Oilers are straight bullying the Kings. right now.
Hyper aggressive is the best way to penalty kill at other levels or against normal
Like,
teams.
you said you watched the Flames Jets game last night, or at least part of it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Watching those power plays without our power play is so bad. I know. They're terrible.
Yeah. We are watching some special hockey right now, you guys. Let's get those jerseys on. Get ready for playoffs.
I'm excited.
Yep.
Cannot wait. I'm going to abuse my body real good over the next couple of months.
I would tell a joke, but there are literally 8 people listening to this, so I
Well,
won't.
they know
Well,
what I'm talking
after
about.
your big brother talk, probably.
All right.
Probably. Let's go home.
Shout out to Oodle Noodle, by the way, before we wrap this podcast up. I had some last night, had my leftovers for lunch, and finish ordering, get my food in the bag, and the guy goes, would you like an Oilers Nation sticker? I said, you know what? Damn right, I would like an Oilers Nation sticker, and I got one.
Where'd you put it?
Nowhere yet. Just
We're
sitting
pushing
up.
this great right now.
Oh, it's
This is
unbelievable.
working.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's great.
All
I
right.
like having free stickers. It just makes sense to have people can pop into Oodle Noodle, get some spring rolls, free sticker.
Yep.
Come on.
When we were...
You okay? You got
No,
something else?
I'm not doing it.
Do it, Chalmers.
I kind of want to hear it.
No, because it's about... It's not a sponsor. It's actually against us. It's not against them. It's just another thing.
Yeah.
So we're not doing... I've learned about that. Look at me growing up.
Spring break.
Hey.
Wow, you deserve a custom clothing line that no one in the history of the company's ever gotten. You'd earn
I
that.
said I'd pay for it. Like, I'll pay for the shirts. Somebody just has to go get it done. Because, hey, I'm going to use your supply chains to get what I want and then pay for it.
Our
That's how
supply
it
chain
works.
isn't really in a one-off.
Yeah, it's not really
We
worth
gotta like roll 50 tees out.
If we get 50 people who want ON quarter zips, then you're in. Get 'em-
Everybody wants...
Nobody
Listen,
wants a quarter zip.
hoodies are great. Excuse me?
You heard me.
You are so wrong.
You know what people want? They want those socks that have individual fingers for the toes.
Oh, my God.
That's what people want, man. That's a
That
new
is
fashion thing.
not...
Yeah, they
what
want
a
finger sock toe things.
Quarter zips are like business casual.
I feel like someone's sucking your toes 24/7.
Yeah, girl.
You guys
Yeah.
are dumb. Stuff I can golf in and still have and be like discreet like JR's Bronco with just
His Bronco has nothing Oilers Nation on it.
yeah, it does. It's got a huge logo on the side. You just don't notice it because it's super discreet. Yes,
think-
it does. It's a big black one. Yeah, it does.
It's like a
Can we
short
call him
sleeve
real
business
quick?
suit.
Yeah, it does.
Your Amtrak. It's like a short sleeve business suit. Have you ever seen one? Would you want to wear one? Yeah. You're going to work.
Are you calling Jay?
Yeah. I'm sure it has a logo on it. It has
I
a
don't think
black
it does.
logo on the back.
This podcast is ending with a bang. You won't answer, and that's the end.
No.
Oh, we should cut it now. Episode ends
Okay,
in like
but
the most dramatic fashion.
That's the type of nation
Dang.
clothing I want. That's a quarter zip. Or a full zip with a nice hoodie.
Yeah, I didn't answer you.
No, he said he was in meetings.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
All right, tough break.
Potentially what prevented him from coming on the show, prevented him from answering his phone during the show.
I don't care that he's in meetings. Do you think I give 2 squirts
give
of
a-
piss
Spring
about
break.
that?
Spring break.
Spring break.
All right, we're wrapping up this episode of the pod. Thanks
So who
for
do I
tuning
talk to
in.
about this clothing line?